Hello, what is happening, everybody, and welcome to today's matchup.
Oracle.
We shall be having an Oracle to start out with. And yeah, this right here is actually a ranked matchmaking game. I'm not positive on what skill level it is, but I can assure you it's going to be pretty damn good. It's going to be a good game today. Also, I wanted to announce something. I'm going to be just getting back into live streaming. Once again, I will be having a video up tomorrow explaining that further, how and why this is gonna happen. But yeah, that's just a little teaser for you, so you actually have something to look forward to tomorrow, because there's not gonna be a cast tomorrow. I will be off to elsewhere, so I made a video here today to kind of fill in for tomorrow as well. But anyway, it's gonna be an Alchemist, Wraith King, and an Oracle here starting out. So, starting out with super unconventional heroes. We've not seen these in a long time. I'm excited to see the Alchemist, how he's actually going to be played, because the last couple of Alchemists have been, you know, jungle Alchemists, so it's not something I'm terribly excited for. Shadow Demon is going to be an interesting pickup here, and Viper is going to very much be as well. I'm assuming this might be a mid-Viper. I can't really see any other purpose for him, seeing the fact that Alch needs all the farm in the world. And I would be so disappointed if this was a mid-Alchemist. I want to see a heavy farming Alchemist. Somebody who's just going to be... It's going to have 900 last hits and goddamn 8 slotted by the end. Like, in 8 slotted, I mean Moonshore, Nag, and Scepter on him as well. That's the kind of Alchemist I want to see from this game. Even though that farming is boring, we do have a Lion to make up for that and just sheer teamfight. Bloodseeker as well. This is going to get very interesting. It's going to get dangerous for the Alchemist as well. He doesn't operate well at low HP. And Bloodseeker is the best at taking advantage of that. Wraith King, yeah, going to be backing up. He's probably going to be acting as the meat shield this game for the Radiant side. He can suck up a lot of damage and kind of get Lion to pull out too many of his bursts. But the Viper and the Alchemist are actually going to be a problem for the Alch here. They could have used an Anti-Mage right now, Dire side. I think that would have been a nicer pickup compared to the Alchemist. Vengeful Spirit, neat little pickup there. They could in theory still do it. Toss the Anti-Mage off lane, have the Vengeful Spirit lane with them, and then Lion, Alch, and Viper mid.
Lena.
But the thing is, yeah, that Alch doesn't deal well with Lena and Bloodseeker, so it would kind of be a terrible idea. But yeah, Radiant lineup predictions for now is going to be a Lena versus Viper on mid, I assume. Bloodseeker is going to be probably safe lane. He doesn't fare as well in the off lane as a bit more of a tanky Wraith King does. As for supports, I don't know who's actually going to be supporting each lane. But I don't think there's a lot of sense in throwing Oracle into a safe lane with a Bloodseeker. Seeing the fact that...
Morphling.
Is it? Yeah, it should be the Fate's Edict. Yeah, it should be, yeah.
Prepare for battle!
No, it's actually not. It is actually not the Fate's Edict. Okay, so that would make a bit of sense to actually toss them in the same lane. Plus you have the Fortune's End to kind of stop any TP escapes from the rupture, but then again, it is the laning stage, so a lot of stuff could happen there. But yeah, definitely Bloodseeker down the safe lane makes a lot of sense. Wraith King very much going to go up in the off lane, and Shadow Demon for now. I think he's going for the bottom rune here starting out. He's got the disruption starting out, so definitely going to be going for that bottom rune.
This one is in the back.
Got Ona going towards the top lane, so it's not going to be the Oracle Bloodseeker lineup. It's actually going to be a Wraith King Oracle. On the mid lane, we have the Lena picked up by Anthanax. Probably just going to be introducing everybody here. Plo Carry Migord is going to be on the Bloodseeker. Mr. Wonderful is going to be on your Disruptor. We got some weird stuffs on the Wraith King, and Ona, of course, on the Oracle, as mentioned earlier. Myth CR is going to be the Viper. They're going to be contesting the top rune. Alchemist tossing out the acid spray, realizing he can't really compete too well with the Wraith King as long as he doesn't have backup. It looks like they're gonna give up this rune. Yeah, to the Wraith King. He's gonna be taking the first one, and yeah, Bloodseeker getting angry that Shadow Demon took that bounty rune. Usually I do actually let my supports take the bounty rune so they get quick levels, because they gotta have your back. Like, you want to make them happy so that they don't turn on you. But yeah, dire side, we got Morphling down the off lane. Makes a bit of sense, even though that he has skilled, or has thrown everything he has basically into morph, or into agility. So he practically doesn't have any HP right now, which would be ideal for the Oracle at this stage. But yeah, Vengeful Spirit is there to take care of him. Up in the top lane, we've got the Lion trying to fight off, actually trying to harass each other. The Wraith King, he's going straight onto the Alchemist. I don't think there's enough damage though on Lion. He's got a fair amount of damage to throw out as well. Wraith King, I think, going with 2 sets of tangos here. He's already burning through him like practically nothing. Lion going for the Hex first, so he doesn't have any sort of stun or burst. Alc getting his hands on the salve there, already healed back up, and Wraith King, it's gonna take him a while here. That was a bit of a mistake starting out, trying to go straight up against him. He's not strong starting out. He's really relying a lot on his Vampiric Aura. And he's gonna need that later on. But yeah, Horowitz, the Morphling down the safe lane, actually going for the Wraith Band as well. He's gonna forget everything about strength, but he does do a lot of damage here onto the Bloodseeker. But then again, even Shadow Demon actually taking him down fairly fast. This could be very, very dangerous. There goes the disruption. They could try to jump on him. The illusions are doing a lot of damage. He's forced to back up. On the mid lane currently, we have the Lina up against the Viper. And the Viper's actually starting out strong. This is an interesting matchup, because Lina should have decent creep clearing. This, again, it's an amazingly difficult word to say. But Lion has got good harass and good magic damage resistance with that corrosive skin, so Lina's going to be having a hard time playing up against him. So I think this is going to be fairly even mid lane. It's all about who lasts it's better at this point. But yeah, Bloodseeker now in the bottom lane. Morphling actually getting a surprising amount of farm, but then again, he's doing a terrible amount of damage. Like, he's doing 70 right now. It's devastating to those poor creeps. Wraith King going down for the first rune there, getting his hands on it. Oh, Bloodseeker. Slightly problematic for him, but gets the right off. So they're actually dropping decently low. Vengeful Spirit going in for the kill. They might find the Bloodseeker. They actually will find him as first blood. In comes the Shadow Demon with the disruption. Not going to be doing any damage to Morphling at all. A disaster start for this Bloodseeker. He was slightly out of position, the Shadow Demon. But that Seeker still shouldn't die. Like, he had every chance in the world, and he's actually going up against up for top lane. He is annoyed of that Shadow Demon. I do believe he does make a better matchup with the Oracle, but they need the Oracle and the Shadow Demon to swap if they need to get anything from this. Wraith King, yep, he's TPing down towards the bottom lane. I think they should have swapped the supports instead. But Wraith King ending up down the bottom lane makes a lot more sense now that Morphling is so low. He's going to be charging right in for it, gets stunned up himself. Could be jumping a stun onto the Vengeful Spirit, but yeah. Actually going to be doing just that. There's no disruption for a little bit, but there are 3 stacks of Poison Touch, and bye-bye Vengeful Spirit, and they might get the Morphling as well. Wraith King, he's just farming for it now. Morphling turning everything into he has into strength, but will end up getting killed as well, and that is 2 for the bottom lane already. Mid lane, once again, very, very close. Viper kind of struggling here. He's got the more last hits, but he's constantly being harassed low. I would say he needs to put more points in the corrosive skin just to protect him in this early game. An Alchemist actually dying up at the top, or actually getting the Bloodseeker out of the top lane. He's terribly aggressive here starting out, and that's not what you want to play for. You want to wait until the Rupture is ready, and then you want to stack Bloodright and Thirst. You only want 1 point in a Blood Rage, because it does give you a damage increase, but it does deal all, or it does amplify your own damage quite a lot. Lion just sucking out all of his mana. He could go for a stun. He's got 2 lined up. Not going to be doing it just yet. Alchemist is not ready. He only has the Unstable Concoction now, so now they do have 2 reliable stuns. Morphling just morphing everything into agility again, and I'd still say this is dangerous for him to do. Top lane, Bloodseeker is now the Frog. There's a stun available. He should be doing it. There goes the Bright as well. Alchemist, he needs to get that stun off unless he's or the night he's dead. Gets it off. Almost drops the Bloodseeker. And he needs to be so careful now, the Bloodseeker. He's died twice already. Only has about 18 last hits. Of course, the second to most. but it's still not really an ideal situation for him. Morphling back down to the bottom lane. Should be ready to rock and roll now. Mid lane, still fairly even between Viper and Lina. You can't really compare those too much. It's only about it's actually only one lasted, and Wraith King dying down the bottom lane. Wow. I am very surprised. I know I don't sound like it, but I'm actually very, very surprised. Mr. Wonderful, he's almost going back in. I think he thought he could get the Morphling, but in from the back comes the Vengeful Spirit, and you cannot underestimate her damage. It is actually quite severe. Morphling, he doesn't have any mana whatsoever. And he'll be walking home scot-free, Mr. Wonderful. Does have an entire creep aggro on him. But Wraith King there to clean up the stacks.
Invisibility.
Lina. Boots of speed. Phase boots, actually. Just going to be going for those pretty much immediately. I am actually digging that a lot. Viper inside the woods. Lina, she doesn't know. He's going to be coming down for the gank, and this could be a total disaster for him. Has the Viper strike as well. Needs to pick a target, and they need the Morphling back down up in the top lane. We're going to be hopping up there for a second line. Popping the frog. He needs to go for a stun as well, I feel. Oh, the damage. So close. And down the bottom lane, the fight initiates. They get the Vengeful Spirit. But the Shadow Demon shall fall in return. And Viper just chewing through Wraith King will get the double kill. And he is going to be, well, not really outlaning the... actually not going to be out farming the Lina by too much, seeing the fact that she took her chance on mid lane to get some farm. And is up on 37 last hits now at 7 minutes. That's actually not bad. Bloodseeker? Oh man, this line is just keeping him drained from mana. There's a stun available. There goes the frog. He needs to pop it. There goes the stun. Will connect, but Alchemist, there's just no mana for him. And line is almost going to end up going down. Now Bloodseeker, he shall turn into the race car. Once again, I think he's skilling super wrong. This is not how you play Bloodseeker. You don't put 3 points into Blood Rage, even though it gives you tremendous damage. It's just not smart. Like, you really want to max out the Thirst, because it gives you bonus damage as well, and more than the Blood Rage gives you. Oh, the stun on point. Viper coming in as well. He does pop.
Middle tower is under attack.
Viper strike. Is it going to be enough? Yes, it is. No problem for the Viper on a killing spree now, and disaster starts still for the Bloodseeker. But yeah. You want to be popping everything you can into Thirst and Blood Right, and only 1 point into Blood Rage, and then you get the Rupture up whenever you can as well. That's Bloodseeker 101 right there. And it pretty much doesn't matter who you play against. That's how you play Bloodseeker. I'm looking forward to seeing, if he pops the Blood Rage, I would like to see how much more damage he gets. Well, it's kind of difficult to tell, seeing the fact that it doesn't really amplify properly. But it's better to max out the Thirst first, because you get some more damage out of it. Mid lane, Lina with the double damage from going up against the Viper. They should kill off each other, and they actually will. Wow. DOT, damage over time. Kicking in there. Lina going a bit aggressive, but gets the kill, and Viper will actually be the second one to go down. So Lina doesn't get any experience from this kill, but Viper does. He is almost level 9, and he could go ganking even more than he is right now. Even though he's only got 26 last hits, he could secure the Alchemist up in the offlane. So much space to farm. Oh, top lane Lion pops the finger, and Bloodseeker not having a good game. Not having a good game at all. He's about, yeah, 4-0. Or 0-4, excuse me.
Tower is under attack.
Viper. I've actually just realized something. There you go, now it looks a lot nicer. And I would love for these up here to actually have a link of their own. Lina actually getting the line up in the top lane. I think a taste of his own medicine. The Laguna Blade kicking in. But yeah, I would love for these up here to do something. I'm still trying to figure that out. Getting some stuff up on that. Morphling in trouble here. Gets disrupted as well. It will be preventing some of the damage over time from the Wraith King Wraithfire Blast. But Morphling, he should end up dying anyway. Morphing into strength. Desperate to get out. He should end up falling as well. Yes, he does. Reincarnation has popped out. Oh, Slightly early in from the Lion, but the backup from the Viper has arrived. Wraith King, the Fortune's End is about to end. And Lion doesn't have anything really to follow up with. Now he's got the stun. Pops the Hex first. They should get the kill and maybe even onto the Oracle. The swap. Oh! The Earth Spike, the miscoordination. But they get the 3 kills. And Lion, they should be taking home 1 each actually. But now Lina, she's tracking down the Lion, finds the pickup, and a killing spree for the Lina here. She could be in trouble though. The Tsunami comes in as well as the Vengeful Spirit stun. She drops the Light Strike Ray, but there's just no mana for anything. If Morphling finds her with that Tsunami or waveform, she should be dead, but Lina too fast. And now Shadow Demon coming in with the disruption. And this Morphling could actually almost be dead. He's doing, oh, he's taking so much damage and will end up going down again. Shadow Demon, beautiful play there. I don't know if it was calculated, but it paid off. And now it's on to the Vengeful Spirit. Bloodseeker coming down. He's got absolutely no speed at all. Pops the Rupture, and all Vengeful has to do is to stand still. Actually swaps the Bloodseeker in underneath the tower, but he's just too fast, getting out very, very quickly. Lion looking to turn the, or not Lion, Viper looking to turn the fight, as well as Lion. He's got a finger off cooldown in about 9 seconds. Should be able to make mincemeat of this Bloodseeker. Or the Wraith King, wherever he so chooses.
Thank you, peasant.
It is 2-on-4 though. That is the danger of it. Correction. 2-on-3. Lina. Ah, that's actually the Bloodseeker. Finding the Haze Tune. He should be going back down to that bottom lane because Lion, he's pushed way up. In comes the Bloodseeker with the Sonic Arms.
Radiant's middle tower is taking a
And you'll not be finding anything right now. Actually diving the tower quite severely. Somewhat. Oh, the stun underneath the tower. Viper Strike. That should be kicking in after the Fortune's End is done. But he's just healing through it. Lion. They find the Wraith King though. Bloodseeker coming in. Wants to kill the Viper. They find the Wraith King. Bloodseeker will get just blown up by the Lion. Oracle in trouble as well. Bye-bye Oracle. Killing spree for the Viper. And now Wonderful is going to go as well. Oh dear, the Shadow Demon gets picked up. It'll be 4 for the Dire side. 11-15. And they should be able to deal some nice damage to this bottom tower if they really feel like it. There's only Alina left and she's currently farming on mid. This could be dangerous for the Morphling though. Oh my! Just a Dragon Slave was enough. He has absolutely no agility. Or not no agility, no strength at all. Morphling, I'm sorry to tell you, but this is wrong what you're doing right now. You can do that when you get your hands on power treads on. Buddy, are you sure you're feeling entirely healthy? Genuinely,
missing bottom.
what you actually want to do is that you want, oh, hold on, top lane, Viper will end up going down, so will Bloodseeker. Shadow Demon wants to get the pickup on the Alchemist as well. Actually, he's just running for his life. But yeah, let me just finish up what I was about to say with the Morphling. You don't go for that low a number in strength just starting out. Because sure, Morphlings is gonna get good right click damage if you pop a lot into agility, and sure he's gonna get good armor. But my god, are you gonna be weak to all sorts of magic damage. Basically, you want to be keeping it somewhat steady, slightly in the favor of agility. About 1,000 HP. That right there is actually pretty good. That is decent amount of health for the Morphling. At least if you want to stay alive. Unless you're really, really good on Morphling. Then, you know, just knock yourself out. But if you're unsure and unsteady as to what to do, you just want to wait until you get the shotgun, which is basically the adaptive strike, and then you turn everything into morph. Or morph agility. You morph everything you can into agility, because the shotgun is going to be hitting so hard at that point. But then you'll have enough natural item strength to really make something happen with at least you'll have a decent amount of HP. But yeah, I can tell you that much, Morphling. That is not how this works. Bloodseeker getting some stacks done in the dire jungle. He's going to be looking to clean up some of them. He's taking a significant amount of damage. I don't know why he's not realizing that actually popping the Blood Rage is causing you to take extra damage. Because this guy for sure is not an experienced Bloodseeker player. I can tell by the way he builds him. He's just gone straight ahead and maxed the Blood Rage and 2 points in the Blood Rite. You just want that first to be maxed so you get the maximum amount of movement speed. He would have had a Yasha by now had he built it right. And he's 1-6-1. I mean, this guy cannot afford to complain at all. I love the fact that he's gone for sets on the hero as well. This is not how you play Bloodseeker. I'm sorry if this guy was submitted the clip, but you really want to be listening to this. Because that is not how you play Bloodseeker. Wraith King going in for the pickup on the Viper here. He's got the fortune then. He should die immediately after. Yes, he does. Viper getting swapped out by the Vengeful Spirit, but that just makes her a target. They try to turn it around. They get the stun off. They get the Shadow Demon. And now Viper trying to turn against the Oracle as well. And bye-bye Wraith King. Oh my, the turnaround is real. The triple kill for the Viper. He's got his mech as well done. And they get... Who did they actually get? They got the Bloodseeker up in the off lane again. I think, yeah, Lion committed the finger. The only return kill was the Lina getting her hands on the Alchemist. She's building it right, though. This is what I like to see. Yeah, Phase Boots, Yule Scepter. It's pretty decent. It's not the highest net worth right now, but this is... Actually, tell you what, it is the highest net worth right now because she's got 1.3k in the bank. But yeah, she's doing a lot of things right now. I'm kind of thinking she's following a guide. But then again, so am I, so I don't really even give a shit. Top lane Morphling finally getting the idea that he really needs to be staying healthy. The Rupture has gone out in the Morphling. Finds the TP scroll, needs to be TPing back home. 2, 1, he's gonna be fine. And Bloodseeker actually going for the very, very late Midas here. He needs to catch up. I can kind of understand the pickup there. He really, really needs to catch up because he is, well, middle of the farm board. He's actually less farmed than their Shadow Demon. But then again, that's just because he's been so good at staying in your engagements. Wraith King has been struggling. Almost got the Yasha in hand, or the Sanji in hand. At least that's what I'm thinking he's going for. Could turn that into a Heaven's Halberd. That would actually make some form of sense. Top tower will be destroyed. We haven't really talked a whole lot about the Alchemist. He's second highest on the net worth. Lina actually getting destroyed on the mid lane for once. Vengeful Spirit gets the pickup, and did she solo him? I think she did. Bloodseeker in trouble here. Viper just going ham. He is so very tanky right now. Bloodseeker in trouble as well. Lion, he doesn't have anything to kind of scout it. Now he's got the Earth Spike. Misses. He actually had that a second before. But in comes Vengeful Spirit with a casual wave of terror. Gets the pickup and oh god, Bloodseeker. I'll be surprised if it was the Bloodseeker submitting the clip. Like, I'll be really, really surprised if it was. But yeah, Radiant right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot. They are actually way down on net worth. If we just take a look at the graphs here, they're about 7.5k down already. Which is practically a disaster. And Viper's just going to stroll in and engage upon Shadow Demon here. Wraith King, he popped a stun, but it didn't really do much because there was an Alchemist jumping in as well. Now Lina's down here, pops the Viper. Lion coming down towards that bottom lane as well. And they gotta go. They gotta get out of here. Although Wraith King is in some form of trouble. Lina, nice shields, gets the stun off as well. Morphling deciding to join the fight, gets stunned up, but finds that Morphling, or not Morphling, Wraith King, I'm sorry. I'm messing names up right now because this is just super intense. Alchemist gets ruptured. Lion in with the Hex as well. And bye Alchemist. And this could actually be a disaster. Vengeful Spirit now coming in. Lina should die as soon as that Fortune 10 pops, pretty much. A lot of damage being done. Self-heals to keep herself alive. And she should actually be able to walk out of the fight. And Bloodseeker finally finding some pickups. Gets his hands on the Lion. And they finally managed to turn it around. A bit of a misplay from Viper, just strolling and trying to take kills. And leaving his team in a very, very vulnerable position. And Lina, top net worth by 1 grand. I'm telling you, she's going to carry this game to victory again. It's kind of funny. We've had a couple of games here where the Linas have been the turnaround, or the carry players. And where the carries have sort of failed. Not unlike this Bloodseeker. Wraith King. I'm hoping this is going to be Heaven's Halberd because I have a tough time seeing him come back from this. He could just be straight up turning it and going for support Wraith King. Just go for the Blink Dagger into the Refresher. I actually sometimes do that as a legit strat. Because that Reincarnation is a super powerful ultimate for team fights. Oh, Lion gets the stun though. Only onto the Wraith King. They actually pull him back and they manage to get the pickup on him. Or do they? Yes, they do. Just too much minus armor. And Viper with another pickup there. 12-3. He's almost got the Shadow Blade in hand as well. This could mean... Well, it can't really mean a mid lane tower, seeing the fact that there's not standing any mid lane towers, but they could at least push up a little bit. Lion going very, very aggressive. Finds the Bloodseeker. He gets the stun off on him as well. There is no mana for the finger, though. He needs to regen just a little bit. Won't take him long, though. Bloodseeker, he's still alive. Fortune's End will save him. The Viper Strike, though. Maybe disasters for the Bloodseeker. Yep, he's going to end up going down, and bye-bye, says Lina. Vengeful Spirit gets cleaned up, and actually Oracle practically killed his own Bloodseeker there. I don't think he really understands the false, or not the Fortune's End. I keep saying Fortune's End. It's the false promise. I'm sorry about that little absence there. Bad handle. Thing the Alchemist is gonna get cleaned up. Maybe actually he's trying to get out of here. Viper will be the one to drop. And Alchemist though will be cleaned up by the Shadow Demon as well. I think the what is that spell called? I am so sorry about this. The Shadow Poison is gonna get him cleaned up. Bloodseeker jumps towards the bottom lane. He's now got the Yasha and the Hand of Midas. Bloodstone up for Lina. She's now ready to rock and roll. I don't actually know if I would have liked to see the Aghanim Scepter first in this case because of the Viper. It would have made some form of sense. But then again, Bloodstone, if she gets the pickups early, it's gonna make all the difference in the world. Lion, oh, bye-bye Wraith King. Lion with a finger there. Oh, actually not bye-bye Wraith King. The Reincarnation was off cooldown. I didn't think it actually was, but yeah. Bit of a misplay. He could have gone for the Bloodseeker instead and got that pickup. Earth Spike into Finger of Death onto the Bloodseeker. So a bit of a misplay there. Bit of a goofy play. Vengeful Spirit. It's got the Solar Crest. Power Treads. She could turn into a semi-carry at any time. I would actually like that to happen a lot. Like her turning into a semi-carry because they need some form of right-click damage more than what the Alchemist and the Morphling can provide as of right now. And then just leave the disabling to the Lion. I think that should actually be more than enough. Very much so. Bye-bye Bloodseeker gets cleaned up immediately, and he just doesn't have any HP to withstand this onslaught of just dire burst damage. They have so much of it. Viper, yeah, I think they're going to be waiting with the Aghanim Scepters until Alchemist can provide them with some. He doesn't have the greatest amount of farm yet. His GPM is not as high as one would hope from a 23-minute Alchemist. He went for the Maelstrom, which I feel is the right pickup, especially when you're in farming need, because it does give you quite an extensive amount of farming potential. They jump onto the mid lane. Wraith King, he doesn't have the Reincarnation. It was popped, so Blind Step was not in vain. They get him. They get the kill. Lina is going to take a stun to the face, but no follow-up. Actually, there will be a follow-up. Lion just jumping in. Oh, but the Guna Blade is going to clean him up. There's just so much damage sitting on this Lina right now. Fortune's End. Fortune's End, not actually False Promise. I'm very, very sorry. Gets the double stun. She gets swapped in underneath the tower. She has got a Dragon Slave. Gets stunned as well again. Lina gets it off, but just at a way too high cost. Only 6 Bloodstone charges. Yeah, the thing is that you can't really play aggressive. You want to play defensively with the Bloodstone until you gain enough charges that you can start, you know, going for that aggression that you see Nah, Storm Spirit players usually pull off. Nemo Hose. He's pushing up with the rest of his squad here. Shadow Demon. Nice little touch there, going for the Hood of Defiance. That's going to be helping him out quite a lot. If he turns that into a pipe, that would be amazing as well. Then you could argue that the Vengeful Spirit has to go for a more supportive. Well, actually, yeah, that would actually be a very, very good excuse for her to go for a right-click damage, or for a right-click minded lineup, or build. Bloodseeker finally getting the SNY done. 24 to 30. Lion just blinks himself right back out. Viper does have the Shadow Blade, so he should be fine. He just needs to wait out the Rupture. But it's taken almost all of his duration. He needs to stop moving. He needs to... Oh my god, stop moving. Oh, Viper, you poor, poor thing. He could move a little bit to put himself at a better advantage, but he couldn't move that far. Wow, Viper. Wow. Oh, hold on, Lion. Almost in trouble. It is maybe going to be the Vengeful who's going to get picked up here. Yep, the Silence. And Bloodseeker getting his hands on the pickup there. Alchemist trying to fend off this Radiant Horde that are currently coming towards him. He pops his freshly purchased BKB. He needs to do something with it. He needs to get in there. Scott, he is perched, so he's slowed down. Just not doing any damage, taking the long route to get the Lina and just not getting anything done. There's another pickup with the Laguna Blade Lina. And this will be the tier 2 falling. Viper calling GG, but I don't think this is even remotely over yet. But this Lina is carrying her team to victory, 11 to 3. 100 last hits and about, yeah, slightly more head than her farming counterpart, the Alchemist. But yeah, Lina also going for the Morphling now. He doesn't have any mana whatsoever, and he should be very, very dead. They get the Vision, they get the Dragon Slave, and he will be cleaned up. Bloodseeker finally maxed out the Thirst because he kind of had to. He got the Blade Mail going for him now as well. Second to highest in net worth. He has certainly come back from an appalling, terrible start to this very game. Viper.
We'll lead as 3 kings.
Forgot what I was going to say about him. He's actually kind of slowed down quite a lot from when he was top net worth. He's not really gotten anywhere in the last like 5 minutes, which is practically a disaster for him. He needs to stay relevant somehow. Needs last hits and needs some more damage. He's actually going for the Aghanim Scepter now. I'm not going to let the Alchemist farm it for him because this Alch is way behind. He's actually turned towards a Hand of Midas to kind of help out his farm, but he needed to get that way earlier. It's going to take a while before that really starts to kick in. It is going to help him catch up, but Lina's already so far ahead that she's going to be hitting level 25 before he does. She's got 11 Bloodstone charges as well.
Double damage.
Viper coming in. He wants to get the pickup. There goes the BKB out from Mouth. And that's going to be helping quite a lot. Lina is going to be taking so much damage. Going to get cleaned up immediately. Morphling jumping in as well. This Oracle, he's in so much trouble. Viper off to the back. Oh, Morphling. No damage being done, whatever, from that shotgun. Shadow Demon is not going to be making it back out. Morphling is actually going to live. I am super surprised about that. But off to the back, though. The cleanup squad is there. Wraith King and the Bloodseeker. Morphling going for the waveform through him. He has another shotgun. They get the Wraith King for the first time. He needs to get that shot out, though. Does have it. He's got a waveform as well. Now he doesn't because of the mana issues. But they turn. They get the Wraith King as well. And Oracle will be walking out of there. But it's going to be an ultra kill for the Viper. And that is basically his Aghanim Scepter right there. He just needs to sell the Magic Wand. And oh, wow. What a turnaround. What a comeback for the Dire side. It was about 5 grand in favor of the Radiant after those couple of fights, but that turned right back around. And I'm still not sure why I can't get any fight recaps. I'm quite annoyed that that is the case, that I can't get fight recaps. Horowitz. The Morphling. He is actually very, very, very close to his Ethereal Blade or Ethereal Blade. So that shotgun can really start taking effect. He hasn't maxed it yet, which is, in my mind, a bit of a mistake. You don't really need too many stats when you're Morphling, so... Still not quite as powerful as the Adaptive Strike could be. But now he can start turning basically the Morph all the way down. He just needs to make sure that he can dodge out the Lina. Always have a Replica ready. And be quick on your fingers. Lina, though, she's going for the Boots of Travel. Still a bit of a mistake in my mind. She really needs that Aghanim Scepter now that the BKB has come out for the Alchemist. She needs some way of passing through that, because they had trouble dealing with that Alchemist in the last fight. Viper, who now has his Aghanim Scepter, will be able to utilize the Viper Strike way better, so now would be the time, yep, where that Pipe of Insight is going to come in handy. Bottom lane, Alchemist is not really in too much trouble. They aren't pushing up just yet. He really needs to hit level 16 soon, this guy. Big Papa Alchemist. Lina. 7 Bloodstone charges from that last step. They're waiting to push up Morphling. He's got the Ethereal Blade now. She's pushing up. Got the False Promise on her. Drops the stun. It misses. And she's now in a lot of trouble. So much damage is going to be coming out. Drops her to about half HP. And bye-bye, Lina. There was absolutely no backup, and she went in 1 versus 5. That's the danger of having no vision right there. And that's actually going to mean that the Bloodseeker is going to be taking up top net worth. Which I still don't really understand why, seeing the fact that he's died 11 times. But then again, he has been farming for the comeback. Does have the majority of the last hits. But the thing is that this Bloodseeker has gotten quite lucky. Oh, maybe not so much anymore. Roshan is about to be taken, and Morphling gone full Agi. Now is the time he can actually do it. And yeah, Alchemist, you can't stun up Roshan with an unstable concoction. Viper looks to be the Aegis carrier.
That Dire team, they don't muck about.
And he's now ready to rock and roll. They can just go straight in for the pickoffs here. He's got about 20 kills.
For the treasury.
And with everybody being back to full HP and the Alchemist about to have his Chemical Rage, they can go straight in for the hard blow. They can go straight in for the tier 2 and maybe even Rax. Lion, he's scouting up ahead. He's got an Invis Rune. Gets the stun off on the Oracle. That would be so big to finish him off early. Keeping that Finger of Death handy. And Morphling with the pickup. That's the power of the shotgun. And now the swap in on the Shadow Demon as well. They get him, they make him go in single file. This is a disaster for the Radiant. This could actually mean Rax. They don't have their playmaking supports. And tower, mid lane tower says goodbye. Lina trying to split push the top lane tower. Can come back in about 4 seconds. And she can't split push through this. The push is too strong. They find 1 Rax. They may even find a second. They got the range Rax there. And they will find the melee Rax as well. They're desperately trying to stall back at Camp Radiant here. Bloodseeker. They force out the rotations. They were only interested in 1 lane of Rax. They do have to go back for the tier 2s. Lina barely even got the tier 3 tower done. Bloodseeker is not going to get cleaned up just yet. The Fortune's End will wear off and he will die from that. But the Viper now in trouble. The stall was too good. Horror is going to end up going down. And now the turnaround. Wraith King, if he dies now, this could be a disaster. He has no mana. He has nothing. And he'll end up going down. The double kill for the Viper. And they can take it further. They can go for the throne if they want to. Shadow Demon is back in. Pops the Dagon. But it's not going to matter against the Viper. Now this might matter though. Lina with the Yules. She gets the Light Strike Array as well. And bye-bye Viper. Or at least for the first time. He's still got that Aegis, which could be kind of tricky for the Lina. Pops the Shadow Blade and runs right back out. I think he could actually take that fight, but it's probably not going to. But the Alchemist, back up on the top lane. He's got about 4.2k gold. It's taking up second in net worth. And this swing right here, wow. This swing is real. I think that's about all I can say about it. Sacred Relic. Is this a rapier? Alchemist, is this a rapier? I am asking you. Is this a rapier, or are you just messing with us and buying a Radiance? It would be fairly late for a Radiance, but goddamn, it could be funny if you bought a rapier. We'll see in not too long. He should have that That gold right back on top in no time. Morphling.
Waters rise.
Gets his hands on an ultimate orb. So it's probably going to be the very, very late Lincolns that he's going for. Elk, he's got enough money for the Radiance, and it is going to be a Radiance, so he's still trying to farm up. It's only, well, it is only, quote-unquote, 35 minutes into the game. So, they still have plenty of time. This has felt like it's gone on for 50. Like, I'm not even joking. It feels like the game should already be over by now. But it is not. Radiant side, they're actually scouting out this enemy jungle here. Trying to gain the upper hand in the Vision Wars. This Dire Observer Ward should scout him out. Horror in so much trouble. Lion goes straight in for him. Doesn't see the Bloodseeker. He has to stop walking. The right is popped, but it's not going to be doing anything at all. Alchemist practically chopping himself to death on the Bloodseeker here. But will also be finishing up the Wraith King. Bye-bye Bloodseeker as well. Wraith King, disaster for the Radiant. And they'll take a triple kill. They'll actually take 4, and Viper's now beyond godlike with that Reaver. Bottom lane, Lina should be able to clean up this Vengeful. No, actually just backing out. She didn't have the Laguna Blade, so it makes sense. An Alchemist, he is now pushing Monster. Just going straight down that middle lane. They could actually, yeah, just go down middle lane, try to put some pressure on the bottom tower from there. Vengeful Spirit was in the area, but just backing out. She is super scared of that, Lina. And rightfully so. Level 23 Lina with an Aghanim Scepter. That is not to be messed with. What I'd like to see now is an Octarine Core, just to get that ulti out there more often. Because they're fighting with very, very short intervals. And if she's supposed to defend, like a, that would mean they what is that going to be? 54 now. I cannot calculate for the life of me. That's 12.5 seconds that chops off. So that's going to be some 40 seconds. Or 38.5 seconds. An ulti every 38.5 seconds is going to be just killer. Especially when they're defending as often as they are and on multiple fronts. Bloodseeker getting his BKB done. And has not gotten anywhere after this Dire side started killing. 10 grand ahead are they now. 63 or 63. No, I'm sorry. 36 to 45. Dire side. Looks like they want to take this top tier too. They were at least drawing up there. The Alchemist, he's got a Reaver as well. That's going to be possibly a Heart coming out very, very soon. For him, at least. Think he could benefit in this game from an AC. Just to go up against the Bloodseeker mainly. But has elected a different path, which makes somewhat more, or not more sense, but it makes some sense. Like, he had a bit of a bad early game, so just cheap items to start out the Maelstrom, the Black King Bar. He has actually sold his Midas. He has somewhat caught up as well. His experience per minute is still not great, but it's better than it was not too long ago. But then again, there's Lina. She's just rocking on ahead. With level 23 in 38 minutes. Gonna be cleaning up the middle wave as well. They know they cannot defend this top tier 2.
Radiant forts have been fortified.
But when the push comes along, that is actually early for the fortification. This could actually be Rax. They pop in a fortification for something they're not going to defend. That is a disaster right there. That could actually mean big, big problems for him. The Lion is up in the secret shop. They need him. The swap in. They maybe find the Lina. The Ethereal Blade goes out, but it's not going to be connecting because of the Yule Scepter. Lina trying to do what she can, but ends up killing herself. Wraith King. His false promised up, but not anymore. The mech is going to be saving him. They just want the tower. Morphling. They're just going for the kills. They're going for the fountain farming, but that's not what they're supposed to do, because on the other side, the Bloodseeker is split pushing, and he's actually taking Rax here. The TP is coming home. That is going to be the Alchemist going back to try to take him on. And he's going to end up killing himself on him if he doesn't stop hitting the Bloodseeker with a Blade Mail. Lion, he should be able to take out the Bloodseeker as soon as the BKB wears off, but Bloodseeker finally getting some smarts on. Will be ending up going back out, and Morphling gets killed in the Radiant base.
Double kill.
And why can't they just press S when the Rupture's on him? Lina now going for the turnaround. It's like going to be a double kill for the Bloodseeker in the Dire Fountain. And now they're going to be going straight for the mid lane. Buyback from the Alchemist. Who else has it? Buyback from practically everybody. Except for Morphling and Vengeful Spirit. They're 3 up on 5. Lina, Fortune 10. The Bloodseeker will end up going down. Viper is back in. He's still beyond Godlike. They find the Oracle as well. Lina. He's already popped the Laguna Blade. The stun is going to be connecting. Mr. Wonderful, the Shadow Demon, is still alive, but he's going to end up going down, I think. Yep, he is. Lina was cleaned up as well. And doesn't have any more Bloodstone charges to be taken from. So no reduced, or practically no reduced respawn time. And they could be buying Boots of Travel. Viper could be buying a pair of Boots of Travel and going straight for the Wraith King down here. And they may do just that. Bloodseeker is back in. Wanted to go for the line, but not going to be that fortunate. And that's a dieback for him. It's a disaster.
Stay away from him.
It's a disaster for the Radiant. They looked so good right then when they took that fight. But not anymore. Wraith King still not able to get his farm on whatsoever. He's only got a Sanjin Yasha and a Desolator. Vengeful. Solar Crest, SNY, Dagon. So actually going for the spell casting support rather than turning into a semi carry. Viper getting those BOTs done as well. He is closing in on being very much slotted, 6 slotted actually.
Money changes.
He is high on the net worth board too. Alchemist. The sooner he gets that heart, the better. Oh, Honor. Yeah, he's gonna end up going down for sure. He doesn't even need to hit him anymore. Unless he just jumps into Fountain and is absolutely... No, he's not fine. The burst was too much, even for the Fountain to heal. But Morphling will end up going down as a result of that. So a bit of a bad trade for him. Lion. He's got himself an Invis Rune. Not going to be really using it to his full advantage. There is a Roshan, which could be taken into consideration. Vengeful cannot do it herself, but with a bit of help from the Viper and the Alchemist, it'll be a super fast Roshan.
For the treasury.
Wraith King. Lion should not be taking that fight whatsoever, because he does have a second life, and that'll just be wasting all of his spells. Yeah, Viper with the Shadow Blade. They're actually going to be gunning for the Wraith King here starting out. If they can pop the Reincarnation, there goes the Hex as well. Draining him with mana. They're actually maybe going to be able to get him. Yep, there is no more mana for the Wraith King, but he will be walking out because of that defensive disruption. Well played by Disruptor there. And Lion now in so much trouble. And Mr. Wonderful, the Shadow Demon, will be suffering the same fate. Stun coming off from the Alchemist. He doesn't have any more charges on his BKB. He's been popping it so frequently that this is actually a problem for him. 42 seconds. Up in the top lane. Bloodseeker going up against the Viper. Who's going to be winning the right click boards? Viper is, but the mechanism to boot. He's just too tanky right now, this guy. And they could just march down mid lane now, I feel. Of course, they do have an off lane to defend. But with Viper being up and ready, they could actually go for it. Viper and Alk. And there's a Morphling too, but it looks like they want to push all the way down bottom lane to get that last Rax. Well, you see, fellas, there is a bit of a thing here called that you push down mid lane like so, and then you push down there to take that. Because there's not going to be a backdoor protection as soon as the creep wave is within this area right here. So you can even push down top lane and go straight down there. Like you have a lot of options. That's what you want to do. I would actually love to be able to draw on the map here, or on the world itself, but apparently we can't. Apparently Valve doesn't want us to do that. But yeah, Morphling getting his game on now. He still doesn't have a whole lot of HP. Should probably be investing into something that grants him that. But then again, he's doing a tremendous amount of damage. As long as they can keep him alive and he doesn't go in this one-on-one, he should be absolutely fine. Roshan is going to fall to this dire side again. Alchemist is getting bashed out constantly.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
And Morphling will be taking that. Alchemist. He's almost got the horde in order.
Double damage.
And Morphling. He's actually going for the, he's got a quarterstaff. Is that a butterfly? He's going for his wall. More agility? Wraith King. getting the BKB. Now we're talking. Now he's getting his game back on. Still not out farming the Shadow Demon with the level 4 Dagon, the Boots of Travel, and the Pipe of Insight. Alk. They're pushing down. This could be it. This could actually very much be it. Whoever loses this could lose the entire game. Morphling is going straight up for it. This could be a disaster for him if he gets caught out. And he will. Oh my god. The Laguna Blade to the face, but he did have the Aegis, so he's going to be fine. Alchemist now jumping in. They may find the Lina. Defensive disruption will be keeping her alive. Alchemist just chopping away. Does find the Wraith King, but the reincarnation is imminent. Bloodseeker chewing away at the supports. He finds the Lion. And Bloodseeker, he's still going for the Vengeful Spirit, trying to get back out so fast. The Bloodseeker. Wraith King will be falling for the second time. Mr. Wonderful.
Don't waste your time.
They need to re-engage. They can't let the racks fall. There goes the stun. Won't be connecting. Vengeful Spirit will be getting killed off here. Viper doing whatever he can to try to take these racks. The Alchemist is going to end up going down as well. Viper. He's pretty much the only one alive as of right now, except for the Morphling, and he's just off to the back. This was a disaster for the Radiant. They only take the tier 3s. In a straight up fight. I feel, have they gone for the kills early? They could have won that engagement, but now that they kind of semi gave it up just to do damage to the racks and the tower, that turned out to be their downfall, and this could be the comeback for them. Lina, I don't know why none of the lanes are pushed. That's kind of why they're not farming, but they need to get out and push those lanes. And Bloodseeker, he doesn't have any pushing items whatsoever. Their pusher right now is the Lina by far, and she's in the jungle farming. Pause from the Vengeful Spirit. They're lacking the Lion, and that is an important hero to have. He didn't actually get his finger. Well, I won't actually know if he got his finger off in the last fight, because that's been more than 20 seconds ago. But man, the disaster. The disaster for him right there. That right there could cost him the game. And I actually kind of suspect it might. Oracle. The lowest net worth hero. 46 minutes. 5.5 grand.
The battle resumes.
It's got the mechanism. Yeah, only got mechanism and BOTs for now. No Dagon, no nothing. No amplifier of anything. Alchemist pausing. I think I'm just going to be skipping ahead. Gonna pause. Think they're gonna allow it to go this time. Top lane needs to be defended. Mr. Wonderful holding off an entire creep wave on his own down this bottom lane. It's gonna be in a lot of farm down his pocket once that goes. Yep, taking all the farm there. They sort of are indecisive. They had a lot of time to try to push down these towers, but then again, yeah, the coordination wasn't really on point. They have the Lina pushing the bottom lane, which is full of super melee creeps, which is gonna push itself. They got 3 heroes up in the top lane who push decently well, and they only have 1 mediocre pusher in the middle lane. That's not really how you want to prioritize it. I think he's gonna be going for or checking the Roshan, but my friend, that fell not too long ago. Top lane Morphling gets cleaned up immediately by the Lina. He still doesn't have any HP whatsoever. And they could actually, this is now vulnerable. This side is very, very vulnerable now. If they rotate everybody onto the off lane, they're gonna actually go for that. But it looks like they just want to push out the lane there, so that buys them a bit more space on the mid lane. Bloodseeker. Pushing up on that mid. Goes for the top as well. They got 2, actually 3 lanes pushing in at once. This is the dire defense. It needs to hold for them. Buyback from Morphling. Lion is still not back. I think they're microing him for now. Yeah, he's sitting underneath the tower.
Dire's middle tower is falling.
Bloodseeker. Chewing through the tier 3s. That is gonna fall. The swap in. Lina, she manages to get out, and that puts the Vengeful in a terrible position. Morphling to strength. He wants to get back out. Vengeful Spirit going toe-to-toe with the Bloodseeker. They might actually find the kill. They get the Bloodseeker off to the side. Their Alchemist will be cleaned up, but the Lina drops as well. Buyback from her. She needs to get right back into the fight. TPing in immediately. Viper is gonna end up going down, and this could be a disaster for Morphling. He is desperately going to strength again. And this could be over. There is no damage left. Only from the Lion. And there goes the ulti, but not doing anything to the tankiness of the Lina. Lion, he has nothing more to shoot with. Vengeful gets the kill on the Shadow Demon, but it's only going to be slowing them down slightly. Morphling is back in. He's a bit more in strength now. But I don't think it's going to matter. The Tsunami, this shot, the shotgun just doesn't do anything. Lina will be picked up, but they still got a fair amount of damage alive. And the tier 4s are being taken currently. Bye-bye to the Vengeful Spirit on Morphling, the only guy alive. Trying to morph everything he can into agility. I think at least, or at least some of it. Wants to go back in for the pickup. It's just going to be Tsunamiing straight in. Goes for the Oracle. We'll be finding that cleanup. But it's too much for him. Morphing straight to strength. So much damage, so much burst damage being done. Oracle is now back in. Gets the Purifying, or the Fortune Send. That's the one. The Fortune Send off on him. Rooting him in place, but the Ancient is now under attack. The Alchemist is going to try to defend his racks, but they should end up falling. There the Mega Creeps out. Defends whatever is left of his base. Defends it from the Wraith King. He should end up going down though, the Wraith King. But Alchemist will too. Pops the BKB. I don't know if that's going to save him. It might. Yes, it actually will. That is a neat little trick right there. Morphling will end up going down. And it is certainly GG. The throne is almost done. Lion in with a finger. Nice finger there. But 1 against 4. No chance, man. No chance. GG's the call. And what a game. What a game. The Dire side, they had it. They definitely had it. Oh, that's a bit of an aggressive attitude. But then again, it is ranked, so I don't know. I'm excited to see what rank life is going to be again, now that I'm going back into it. But yeah, I would still say that Radiant, yeah. The Viper carried the Dire side for as long as he could, but eventually he just ran out of juice, and Bloodseeker got back up to speed, and this Lina. Once again, we have an amazing Lina. She's just really, really good this meta, I think, and played by a couple of good players here, so. Generally, nice job all around, I would say. Pretty much, very entertaining game. Thank you so much for submitting it. I'm sorry the start was a bit wonky. I'm practically half asleep right now, and that is not something I do on purpose. It just sort of happens sometimes when you run low on sugar and you're trying to diet and such. Not that I'm fat in any sort of way. I'm actually very, very skinny, but still need to live more healthy. Even though you're skinny, you gotta live healthy. So, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.